Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Insha'Allah ta'ala, we will continue with our lesson from the book Tasheel Nahw. Jumlatun khabariyah is of two types. The first type is Jumlatun ismiyatun khabariyatun, nominal sentence. Definition: it is that sentence which begins with a noun. So, Jumla Ismiya Khabariya, nominal sentence, begins with a noun. The second part of the sentence can be a noun or a verb. The first part of the sentence is called Mubtada or Musnadun ilayh. So, the Jumla Ismiya Khabariya, nominal sentence, has two parts. The first part is known as the Mubtada, subject, about whom news is given, and the second part is the khabar, the news itself. Okay, so the first part is the Mubtada and the second part is the khabar. For example, I may say Zaydun qa'imun, Zayd is standing. Zayd is standing. So who are we giving news about? Zayd, yeah? Zayd is standing. And what is the news? That he is standing. So qa'imun is the khabar, Zayd is the mubtada. Zaydun qa'imun, Zayd is standing. Zaydun is the mubtada. News is being given about Zayd. And what is the news? Qa'imun, he is standing. Okay, so Jumla Ismiya Khabariya consists of two parts. The first, the mubtada, and second, the khabar. And the mubtada is also known as musnadun ilayh, the word about which information is being given. Okay, the second part of the sentence is called khabar, predicate or musnad, the word giving the information. The mubtada is generally ma'rifah, definite, and the khabar is generally nakirah, indefinite. Both parts, khabar and mubtada and khabar, are marfu'. So the khabar, the mubtada is generally ma'rifah and the khabar is generally nakirah. Ma'rifah, definite noun, and khabar, nakirah, indefinite. Both parts, mubtada and khabar, are marfu'. So marfu' is that word which ends with a i'rab, with the sign of rafa', with the sign of rafa'. So let's have a look at the example below. Inshallah, everything will become clear. Al-baytu nadhifun. Al-baytu nadhifun. So this is a sentence and it is beginning with an ism, a noun. And above we learned that any sentence that begins with an ism, a noun, is a Jumla Ismiya Khabariya, nominal sentence. So Al-baytu is an ism, a noun. How do we know? Al-baytu, it's beginning with alif lam. Any word that begins with alif lam is an ism, a noun. Al-baytu means the house. Okay. Nadhifun. Nadhifun means is clean. So here al-baytu is the mubtada and nadhifun is the khabar. And al-baytu here, the mubtada, it is ma'rifah. Above we learned that the mubtada is generally ma'rifah. Okay, what's the sign that this word is ma'rifah? It is a definite noun. Alif lam. Okay, alif lam. If alif lam appears at the beginning of a word, then we know that that word is ma'rifah, definite. Al-baytu nadhifun. Nadhifun is the khabar and it is nakira. Above we learned that the khabar is generally nakira. What's the sign that this is nakira? The tanween. It's ending with a tanween. Okay. And the mubtada is marfu' and the khabar is also generally marfu'. So let's have a look above. Al-baytu, is this marfu'? Yes. What's the sign of rafa'? The dhamma that is appearing on the final letter ta. Nadhifun. Okay, it's ending with two dhammas. This is the sign of rafa. So al-baytu here is marfu and nadhifun is marfu. So al-baytu is the mubtada and nadhifun is the khabar. Al-baytu nadhifun, the house is clean. This is a jumla ismiya khabariyah. A sentence may have more than one khabar. So above al-baytu nadhifun, we can just see one khabar here, nadhifun. But below we have a sentence which has two khabars. Ar-rajulu tawilun qawiyun. Ar-rajulu, the man. Tawilun is the first khabar, is tall. Qawiyun, and strong. So tawilun is the first khabar, which means tall. Qawiyun is the second khabar, which means strong. Ar-rajulu, the man. Alif lam here is giving the meaning of the. So this is a ma'rifa noun. Ar-rajulu, the man. This is the mubtada. Tawilun, this is the first khabar. Okay, it is marfu and it is nakira. Okay, it is ending with the tanween. Qawiyun is the second khabar. It is marfu and it is ending with a tanween. This is also nakira. So this is a jumla ismiya khabariyah. The man is tall and strong. Jumlatun fi'liyatun khabariyah, verbal sentence. Definition: it is that sentence which begins with a verb. So any sentence you see in the Holy Quran that begins with a verb is a jumla fi'liya khabariyah. Jumla fi'liya khabariyah, verbal sentence. So jumla khabariyah, jumla fi'liya khabariyah begins with a fi'l, verb. The first part of the sentence is called fi'l or musnad. Unlike the jumla ismiya khabariyah, the jumla ismiya khabariyah begins with a noun and ism. The jumla fi'liya khabariyah, verbal sentence, begins with a fi'l. So the first part of the sentence is called fi'l or musnad. Okay, and in the jumla ismiya khabariyah we learned that the khabar can also be called musnad. We can also call it musnad. But the jumla fi'liya begins with a fi'l. And the jumla ismiya khabariyah has two parts, mubtada and khabar, but the jumla fi'liya begins with a fi'l. It doesn't begin with a mubtada. Okay? And if the fi'l comes in the jumla ismiya khabariyah, then it comes as a khabar or musnad. Okay? But there is no mubtada in the jumla fi'liya, verbal sentence. The second part of the sentence is called fa'il or musnadun ilayh, and it is always marfu'. Fa'il. So the jumla fi'liya will begin with a fi'l, verb, and it will have a fa'il with it. The fa'il will either be the dhamir inside it, inside the fi'l, or it will be apparent, zahir. So every fi'l has a fa'il with it. Fa'il, the one doing the action, the one performing the action. The doer of the action is the fa'il. So the second part of the sentence is called fa'il or musnadun ilayh, and it is always marfu'. The fa'il is always marfu'. Kullu fa'ilin marfu'. Every fa'il is marfu'. So let's have a look at the sentence below. Jalasa Zaydun. Zayd sat. Here jalasa is the fi'l madi, past tense verb. Zaydun. Zayd is the fa'il. Zayd is the one who sat. He is the doer of the action of sitting. So Zayd is the fa'il. Jalasa Zaydun. And the fa'il we learned is marfu'. So let's have a look at Zayd. Is it marfu'? Zaydun. Yes, it is marfu'. The sign of rafa'a is appearing on the final letter of Zayd dal, which is the dhamma. Dhammat. Dhammatain. Yeah. Jalasa Zaydun. Zaid is sitting. Zaid sat. Zaid sat. So this is a jumla fi'liya khabariyah. Note in the above example the verb is al-fi'lul lazim. It is a verb whose meaning can be understood without a maf'ul. So there are two types of verbs. The first type is al-fi'lul lazim. Fi'l lazim. Fi'l lazim is that verb which does not require a maf'ul. Maf'ul is the object upon which the fi'l takes place. Okay? So fi'l lazim doesn't require a maf'ul. It has a fa'il with it and that's it. Its meaning is understood. It doesn't need a maf'ul. Yeah, so here the example we just covered, Jalasa Zaidun, Zaid sat. Jalasa is an example of a fi'l lazim. It doesn't need a maf'ul. Jalasa Zaidun, Zaid sat. Whereas the other fi'l muta'addi, al-fi'l al-muta'addi, it requires a maf'ul. So here it says if the verb is al-fi'l al-muta'addi, a verb whose meaning cannot be fully understood without a maf'ul, then a maf'ul will be added and will be mansoob. And the maf'ul will be mansoob. So let's have a look at the example below. خَلَقَ اللَّهُ السَّمَاءَ. Allah created the sky. So here خَلَقَ is the fi'l. The ism jalalah Allah is the fa'il. As-sama is the maf'ul bihi. So Allah created the sky. So khalaqa here is al-fi'l al-muta'addi. It requires a maf'ul bihi. And the fi'l lazim we mentioned, it doesn't require maf'ul bihi. And the fi'l muta'addi, its meaning cannot be fully understood until it is joined, until the maf'ul bihi is added. Okay, so khalaqa Allahu as-samaa here. Khalaqa is the fi'l. The ism jalala Allah is the fa'il. As-samaa is the maf'ul bihi and it is mansoob. It is ending with a fatha. Hamza has a fatha. This is the sign of nasb. So this is a jumla fi'liya khabariyah. Exercises. Translate, fill in the i'rab and analyze the following sentences. Al-muallimu hadirun. Al-muallimu, the teacher, hadirun, is present. This is a nominal sentence. Al-jumlatul ismiyah. Al-muallimu is the mubtada. Subject, hadirun is the khabar. Okay, hadirun is the khabar. Al-muallimu is ma'rifa. It is marfu'. Hadirun is the khabar. It is nakira and it is also marfu'. Next one. Al-bustanu jamilun. The garden is beautiful. Al-bustanu is the mubtada. Jamilun is the khabar. Next one. Fataha Muhammadun al-baba. Fataha. This is a jumla fi'liya khabariya, verbal sentence. How do we know? Because it is beginning with a verb. Fataha is a verb. Fataha means he opened. Fataha yaftahu. Fataha Muhammadun al-baba. Muhammad opened the door. So Fataha is the fi'l, Muhammad is the fa'il, and al-baba is the maf'ul bihi. Next, al-mudarrisatu kabiratun nadhifatun. The madrasa, the school is kabiratun, big, nadhifatun, and clean. So this is a jumla ismiya khabariya, nominal sentence, and here we see the mubtada al-madrasa has two khabars. Khabar number one is kabiratun, that the madrasa is big, and khabar number two is nadhifatun, that the madrasa is clean. It is big and clean. So al-madrasatu, the madrasa, the school, is big and clean. وقف الرجل, the man stood. The man stood. وقف is a fi'l. This is a verbal sentence. Jumla fi'liya. How do we know? Because it is beginning with a verb. وقف is a verb. وقف يقف. Okay. الرجل وقف. The man stood. So both of these sentences have the same meaning. The difference is here they're asking the question, what is the difference between V and V1, VI above? So V is an example of a jumla fi'liya. Waqafa is appearing here at the start. This is a verb, and in V1, VI, ar-rajulu is appearing. So VI, this is an example of a nominal sentence, jumla ismiya khabariya. Ar-rajulu is the mubtada here, and waqafa is the fi'l, which is a verb, and it's the khabar of ar-rajulu. Ar-rajulu waqafa, the man stood. So ar-rajulu is the mubtada and waqafa is the fi'l madi, which is the khabar, and it has a dhamir inside it, huwa, which is going back to ar-rajulu. Okay, so this fi'l waqafa and its fa'il huwa, which is going back to ar-rajulu. Okay, it's the khabar of ar-rajulu. Ar-rajulu is the mubtada. Waqafa is the fi'l. It's a jumla fi'liya. The fa'il of waqafa is the dhamir inside it huwa, which is going back to ar-rajulu. So this is a jumla fi'liya khabariya, and it's the khabar of the mubtada ar-rajulu. And in the example V, waqafa ar-rajulu, we have the fi'l waqafa coming at the start, and ar-rajulu is the fa'il. Okay, so V is an example of a jumla fi'liya khabariya, and VI is an example of a jumla ismiya khabariya. So if the sentence begins with an ism, a noun, it's a jumla ismiya khabariya, nominal sentence. And if the sentence begins with a fi'l, verb, it's a jumla fi'liya khabariya, verbal sentence.